So I'm coming on here because this is getting outrageous. And so I want to just start by saying that I want to say for the last 3 years, like my life has been up and down. And mostly because of law enforcement spreading false information, but not just even that. So I want to say where I recently moved from, which was Florida or whatever. There was like just a lot of stuff going on there. Like ever since I've left Florida, that's when I noticed I've been stalked. Like I've noticed like there are like certain people. I see the same plates, I see the same tags. I keep seeing Maryland, Florida tags, Texas tags. And if nobody knows this, I'm gonna just go ahead and say that these are like some of the main places where they like to benefit off of humans. And so like ever since I've been stalked and I've been having false allegations against me, and I honestly feel like it's due to somebody trying to benefit off of me and my children. And the reason that I say that is because every time I'm somewhere different, like it doesn't matter wherever I go, there's always the same it's always the same plates, or the same things being said. And it's like, why, like, why is it that nobody is catching on to the fact that somebody from Florida on one side of the earth, I could be in Texas, for instance, right? I will see Florida tags come from that way just to come and like, spread rumors and lies. And law enforcement is basically helping these people spread out lies. They're not going to say all law enforcement, because I honestly feel like there are some that have common sense, but they just don't say anything. They don't get involved with it. Because there's been times where I've tried to like reach out to law enforcement and let them know like, hey, this is what's going on, and they don't take it seriously. They do not take it seriously. But like I said, I honestly feel like somebody is trying to benefit off of me and my children. And I know this all started with my daughter's father, because he was the one, him and another family member were the ones that were basically putting out a missing persons report. Because, like, it just doesn't make sense. I've been having people, like, talk about how I was a prostitute, but I do DoorDash. There's no popping anything over here, like DoorDash. I've literally been single because of all the stuff that's going on and all the things that I have endured with my daughter's father. I don't even want to date, so let alone prostitute. Like, come on. What is that? Is that Putty?
Yeah.
Then say hi to the camera. Say hi.
Hi.
You gotta get in and say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
All right, that's enough. That's enough exposure.
Mommy.
Okay? You ain't getting in here, huh? What, honey? I'm doing this video, okay?
I love you.
I love you too. All right, go finish playing the game, okay? But
Mommy, he's gonna eat you.
Then put the slipper away. Put the slipper away. All right, let me finish. I need to finish this, okay?
This is my teddy bear.
Okay, let me finish, okay? But ever since I've moved from my home state, it's been outrageous. Like, I honestly do feel like something could possibly happen with me and my children, because recently, and I've been like following up on these stories where like they have like these big sting operations where there was recently one in Florida. It's always one in Florida. It's like different people involved in these little stings. It's teachers, firefighters, police officers, what else? Nurses. It's all people out here doing this. And my thing is, people will sit here just because somebody doesn't have all this money, or they don't have all this status, or this it's a certain group of people going against them. You have to think twice before you just take somebody's side and say, hey, this is what they're doing. No, I'm not perfect as a human being, but some stuff is just ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous. Another thing too, and I don't know how to go about this, if anybody has any kind of advice, but somebody was like, oh, my children were kidnapped because I look young and I don't look like a grown woman. I look like a teenager. So somebody made the assumption that my children were kidnapped. After I've been confronted multiple times by law enforcement, they pulled me over. You clearly see in the video that I've been pulled over. If they really honestly thought that my children were kidnapped, I'm getting a little close to the camera, because if they really truly thought that my children were kidnapped, why would they let me go with children that were supposedly kidnapped? I pushed these kids out of my womb. I am almost 30 years old of age, and it sucks that I have to like literally sit here and explain to people that, hey, these are my children. Like, I shouldn't have to do that. That shouldn't even be illegal for somebody to even make an assumption, and then you have to go through hell because of what somebody said out of their mouths. I have two daughters. And then somebody wanted to say, oh, well, she may be crazy. No, nobody's. One thing I'm going to say is, when somebody wants to discredit you, or they want you to feel as if, or seem like you're crazy to other people, they'll be like, oh, this person is crazy. And it's like, that's far from the truth. Like, people are like, I'm very aware of my surroundings. I'm very aware of what's going on. That's the issue. And when people know, like when you know what's going on, or when you see what's going on, people will try to discredit you. But that's what's been going on. And like I said, something is not right. If something happens, or like something ends up happening to me or my children, that's what's going on. That's exactly what's going on. Because like I said, everywhere I go, I see the same plates. I am very aware, because I always make sure I'm aware of my surroundings, because it's just a lot going on out here. We have the ID channel for a reason, because it shows you what's going on out here, what's really going on. I just don't know what more to say about it, but I honestly feel like, and I know that this was all started because of my daughter's father, because he was mad that I left. But my thing is, I feel like this is my warning to whoever's watching this. I don't know if there's women out here watching this, but be careful who you lay down and have kids with, because some of these men are dangerous, very dangerous. If they feel like they're being rejected, they will go to all types of measures just to discredit you. And like I said, I am not perfect at all. But one thing that I don't do is what is that? I'm sorry, y'all. I told y'all I'm aware of my surroundings. But one thing I don't do is I don't prostitute. And that was put out there, and I honestly feel like somebody is trying to initiate or push me into that, but I don't think they realize, like, that's not me. That's not something that I do. And to be honest, like I said, I'm not perfect, but one thing I won't do is do that and then end up getting my children taken away. Like, come on, that doesn't make sense. And secondly, I have two daughters that I'm living for, so why would I do that? Why? And I get it. Some people do what they got to do, but that's just not me. I work delivery. So that's how I make my income. I mean, I'm currently looking for a job and looking for ways to be able to, get another job. But how can I do that if somebody thinks that I kidnap my kids, that I'm a stranger danger? Like, come on, does this make sense? But then be like, oh, she's lazy. No, I work every day. I get up every day to work and make an honest living. I'm not out here scamming people. I'm not out here prostituting. I'm not out here in these streets. Not at all whatsoever. And then sometimes people look at your appearance and they think, oh, no, not at all. Not at all. I intentionally, purposely did not date for the last 3 years because of all the stuff that's going on. By all means necessary. It does not matter who does not believe me. It does not matter who feels like, oh, I'm lying. You can do that, but don't come bothering me. I've had people stalking me, trying to figure out my life and figure out what I'm doing. Which I don't understand why, because first off, you're wasting your gas, because I do DoorDash, okay? I do DoorDash. That's why I'm at different houses. But I think the assumption of me being a prostitute is because I do DoorDash. Look, first off, it's illegal to stalk people. It's illegal, and I know that I'm being stalked. Because at first,
French fries?
yes, you can get French fries. We at McDonald's. We're making the McDonald's trip. Go sit down, okay? Let me go ahead. Let me just finish up this video and we'll go get some eating. But first off, it's illegal to stalk people. Like, what? You're invading my privacy, sir, ma'am. But the reason I understand, because I pay attention to my surroundings. There is times where I see people coming and sit and stop, and they'll sit right there, and then they'll leave exactly when I leave. That is not a coincidence at all. And this is every time, almost every time. Now, I get it. It's humans everywhere. So people are going to be parked anywhere. Like, people can park anywhere. That's legal. Like, you could park wherever you want to, unless it's private property, of course. And I'm sorry if I look like I'm bald-headed. I ain't bald-headed. I got hair. But it's perfectly legal for someone to park wherever they please, wherever they want to park, you know. But my thing is, when you leave, when I leave, and I see like the same people or the same cars doing this, that is an obvious sign of stalking. If you don't understand that, if you don't have common sense to understand that, hey, somebody's stalking you, this is the same people, the same kind of plates. Everywhere I go, there's always Florida tags. And I honestly feel like somebody is trying to benefit off of me and my children. So I'm making this video just in case if something happens, you guys know exactly what happened. This was not I went to go take my life, or none of that. No, I am not suicidal. I done been through enough trauma that some people probably would have taken, that route. But no, I'm not suicidal, okay? I'm not. And I say that because I don't know if we can say those words, because I'll be seeing other people's videos and it's some words they can't say. So I don't know. I'm new to this. I'm new to all this video stuff. I don't do editing. Like, I just don't. But you guys should really take a close look at the people that's out here accusing people of doing stuff, because the people that's out here accusing people of doing stuff be the main ones that's doing this stuff. Like I said, I am not crazy at all. The problem is I am very aware of what's going on, and they don't like that, and they don't like the fact that I be speaking up on it. But I am not, my kids' blood, our blood is not gonna be shed.
Mama, don't say.
It's not gonna be shed. I'm sorry.
Mama,
these kids are innocent.
Don't say blood.
Look at that.
Just say
red stuff. Okay. But it's not, the red stuff is not gonna be shed. You hear me? But it just sucks. I've been going through this. I have family members. I have people in my family that possibly do this stuff, because why are y'all doing this? Like, like, I digress. But that's why I got pulled over. It's not because of the little stuff that they're saying in the video. And then, as you can clearly see in the video with the officer, Officer t.derr, Knoxville, Tennessee, he did not really tell me why he pulled me over when I recorded it. As you can see, he really didn't tell me why he pulled me over. I don't even remember if he did tell me why he pulled me over. Secondly, when I got in the car, he tried to get information about my children to get retaliation, to kind of try to intimidate me, like, I'm gonna take your kids if you say something, or if it's a form of retaliation. It's a form of intimidation. Like, I get it that I look young and I'm not very smart, but I am very smart. I study on these things. See, people, you better be careful who you sit here and you think that don't know anything, because I know a little bit of something. I don't know everything, but I know enough to be, okay, let me get my kids fed. But I know a little something. But this is what's going on, okay? So if I end up missing, if something happened, this is what's going on. It's fishy. It's something not right. That's all I'm going to say. I ain't going to get on here crying and screaming and stuff. I've already cried my tears. So that's why I was pulled over. Not because I did anything wrong. My kids are good to go. There's not anything that I did wrong. It's because of, and secondly, because of what I preach, because I do try to preach the word. It's because of what I preach, and it's because of jealousy and just things that I didn't think that I would, and not even just that. I honestly feel like somebody is trying to benefit off of me and my children. But I will speak more about this situation. I will come on here and express to you guys more of what I know is going on and feel is going on. So let me go ahead on in here and get these kids something to eat because they're hungry. Alrighty. For those who are actually following, trying to really figure out what's going on, I thank you, and yeah, thank you for watching. I don't vlog. I don't know how this goes, okay? But that's it. I have more. I'll add it on, but I gotta go. So